on the trap line here again today. Over here I got a 280 set, and this trap was set off. There's a stick through it, so I know there's some beaver action. You can see there's another stick right here that's all chewed up. The bark was chewed off it. And over right here in my 330, I got a pig. What a brute of a beaver. Look at the size of this thing. That's a big beaver. I'm gonna have a hard time lugging that one back. That's probably the biggest one I've ever caught. And I caught one already that was 45 pounds. This is a brute. So anyhow, I'll take them up in the trap so you can look at them a bit better. So here he is in the trap, a big pig. His tail is about the same size as my size 11 boot. This is my toolbox, and he's almost up to the edge of it there, and he's down past it. What a pig. He's a brute, and lifting him is brutal. I'd say he's got to be, well, the other one I had was 45 pounds, and that was the biggest one I caught up until now, and I gotta say, this one's got to be bigger. I'll weigh him out tonight when I bring him back to the shed to try it out. I'm gonna go check a half dozen snares that I got set, and this is only the first beaver trap I checked, so I got 2 more out, so I'll go check those now. And I'll get back on if I got another catch. I'm here on this pond. We're standing on the beaver lodge again, where I've caught a lot of beaver over the last couple of weeks. And there's actually, I was told there was 5 beaver here, and I caught 4 from the other day. From the last time I was here a couple days ago, yesterday or the day before, I see that there's more feed put in the feed pile, and there's more apps that are all chewed up. The bark has gone off them. My bait that I put on the pile on the lodge is gone. My trap was set off. Over here, I can see that the apps that I had thrown up on the bank behind my trap was eaten, and is all out there chewed up. So the beaver's still here at it. But if I was told there was 5 and I caught 4, in order to practice sustainable trapping, I'm going to take up my gear. I'll leave this one here, living in his lodge, happy for the winter. Hopefully he'll meet up with a mate, reproduce, and I'll come back next year and nail a few more. Obviously I'd be shooting myself in the foot to catch that last beaver. So I'm going to take up my traps today. Here's one. You can see the beaver did all this. And there's the apps that he took out from behind the wood here. I had all that thrown in here on the bank, and he took all that out and ate it. It's a wonder I didn't get him. And I was hoping I wouldn't, because obviously your last beaver in a house, you don't want to get that one. So I'm going to I'm going to take that trap up, and I'm going to cut off my drowning wire set, the one that I got that big beaver on last week. I got it all pulled up here on the lodge now. There it is. I had that patio furniture block thing. I had that thrown out right out into the middle of the pond, and that's what I had my wire to. And there's my foothold, and that I did get 1 beaver out of that, so I had my drown set. So anyhow, I'm gonna take this up and move on. I'll find another house to set on. Like I said, 9 beavers so far this year. I'm not doing too bad. 4 came from this place. Just one more quick video to show you that pig I got today. Man, oh man, what a brute of a beaver. This is a this board I got here. This is a 4-foot long board. I'll just show you. Compared to the 4-foot long board. So there's a bit on that end. There's probably about 6 inches on one end, and Oh, probably about 4 inches on the other. So he's less than a foot shy of 4 feet long from head to tail. And the head on him, I don't know if you can see, the light is not really good in my shit. I need to get more powerful light there or something. But what a size of a skull on this fella. Look. What a brute of a head. He's a big beaver. I never weighed him yet. If my other one was 45 pounds and that was the biggest one I got, he's bigger than that. So, and fat. Man, he's thick. So, anyhow, I'll skin him out, and if I can get my luggage scale out, I'll weigh him too. Well, this is very interesting. I'm standing on what would have been underwater for the past 3 years. I just came up to check my fox and coyote snares, and this is where I was getting all those beaver last week. That path that's over here through the trees. I nailed I nailed 6 beaver here in this one house, which is right here. But like I said, this was all underwater. Where I'm standing was under like well over a foot of water. I would have been over my rubbers. So I just came out and looked, and the water levels dropped dramatically back to it's back to a little river when it was a big pond, because the dam that's down below is broken. Someone must have taken it and beat it up, and the water levels all dropped. This is their big feed pile here, and that's where the beavers live right there. So there's still 2 beavers here. I don't know why someone would have beat up that dam. It wasn't really doing anything. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm gonna go down and have a look if I can get down there before dark. But yeah, so there's the entrance right there. That was underwater for, like I said, for a very long time. There'll be no trouble to get the beavers now, but I don't want to, because like I said, there's only a couple left there. So if I set a 330 here and another one on the entrance, they'd be toast. Well, just after I checked that beaver house there and noticed that the water was all down and everything, I went to my next set, and my next set was fairly close to the side of the highway. It was a beaver box, a mink box that I had down underneath the bridge. And when I walked down there, I noticed that there was a man walking his dog, and he was stopped not far from me. So I wouldn't take out my my camera and record a video, just because I like to be fairly secretive when I'm checking my traps. I don't want people to know where they are. And I know it's probably nothing, but I've had gear stolen in the past, so the less people that see me, the better. So I went and checked the trap, and here's a young male mink. So this is my, what's this? My 3rd mink of the season. Yeah, my 3rd mink of the season. He's not too bad. I'd say he's about a medium. He's not the biggest I ever caught, but he's okay. And I got him coming out of the box. There's a suitcase catch right here and right there. And I got him coming out of the box. He went in after the beaver leg, which I got. These are my floating mink boxes. They'll float in the water. And there's a beaver leg right there. And I had the 120 set, and I had a little bit of lure, dabbed on a few rocks, and I set this trap out on Friday. And this is Monday. So it was a fairly new trap. So I'm going to set up the trap, put a bit of lure into it, and put it back out there on the side of the road again tomorrow. It's really not far from town, you know, it's fairly close to houses. It is underwater, like I said, the front of this is underwater, but again, it's somewhere that I want to try to keep secretive, because I don't want to have any gear taken, and it's paid off for me. It's a new spot to try this year, and only after a couple of days I got a mink, so it's got the makings of being a good spot. Out at my old faithful mink spot here. from underneath this bridge and all the way down the river. I walk down around, I set out 4 or 5 mink boxes, and I always do well here. I think 2 years ago I had a half dozen mink in this one location, so I set out again this year and checked my box here today. There's nothing in it, but look on top. He left some evidence that he was here anyhow. He did the deed on top of my box, so I'm going to cover that up a little bit better. I had some mink lure put on top of the box, so I'm guessing he was all around sniffing and just hasn't worked up the courage yet to go in. So I got a bit more lure put in there. I freshened up the bait, put in some new beaver, so I find beaver good for mink. I've gotten 3 this year, yeah. So hopefully next time I come back, the crap won't be on top of the box and the mink will be in there.